Wrong Turn is a 2003 horror film. It's directed by Rob Schmidt, and the plot is we meet this guy Chris, who's driving on the road. He's trying to go to this interview, but he's running late, and the highway's backed up with something's going on. He's trying to find this alternative route, and he takes a wrong turn. He runs into these other people who are stranded on the road, and they start to get killed one by this group of deformed hillbillies who, yeah, they also want to eat them.
Sweetheart, baby, seriously, this isn't funny.
Now, what I think of Wrong Turn is, I actually kind of enjoy this film. You have the lead, the main guy, Chris, played by Desmond Harrington. Now, this guy isn't like the greatest actor. He didn't wow me or anything. I think I was more interested and amused by the fact that we had a guy as the main character in a horror film, because I swear 7 or 8 times out of 10, it's usually a girl that's the main character. Now, when he's trying to look for another way around the highway and he accidentally smashes, and that's where he meets this other group. And you see Elijah Dushku as one of the people who... Elijah Dushku, I don't know if maybe it's been a while since I've seen her, but seeing her in this film, I'm like, wow, she is so fucking hot.
I just found this tied to a tree back there. Somebody did this.
But as far as her character goes, I like her character. She was a tough chick, and she had her moments of being a badass, especially in comparison to the other girl in the group, played by Emmanuel Criqui. She just spends most of the film just freaking out and crying, which I don't blame her. When you really think about it, if you were in the situation, stuck in the middle of the woods, you really don't exactly know where the fuck you are, and you have these mutilated, deformed freaks chasing after you. Yeah, I'd probably be freaking out too. The other characters, like Emmanuel, she just got married to this guy. He was a funny character. He had some lines at the beginning that made me laugh. And then they're also with these two younger couple, and I instantly recognized them though. The redhead, she was in the Dawn of the Dead remake. I instantly, like whenever I see her in small horror films, I go, yeah, that's her. Then her boyfriend in this movie, though, he was also in that same Dawn of the Dead remake. He was one of the security guys, who I think he actually ends up with her in that movie, too. But let me talk about these creepy, hillbilly, deformed freaks. These guys, I appreciate the fact that this film didn't show you a lot of them. It's just a lot of them in the dark, and you see how big some of them are, or the one that's just really creepy running around and laughing every time he kills someone. I mean, you see enough of them to know that they're deformed and they're gross looking, but I think keeping them in the shadows was perfect. I get a sense that this budget was probably kind of low, so who knows how great the makeup was for that, but when you do see people get killed, the practical effects were really good. I don't know if I would say Wrong Turn is like one of the scariest films I've seen, but there were a few scenes where I was pretty creeped out, like the one scene where they go into this house, they find out the hard way that this is the house of these hillbillies. So when they come home, they're hiding. And when they fall asleep, they're trying to get out of the house and be as quiet as possible. And them trying to get out and be quiet. That scene was pretty intense. But with this being a lower budget type of horror film, I was pretty surprised by what they were able to do out in the woods in some of the scenes. Like, not only do you have the woods area where they're running through, but one scene where they get up on this huge cabin and they're trying to radio out for help, and then they jump onto the tree, and then they're on this waterfall, which is obviously probably just in that area, but it was a great looking shot. So, Wrong Turn, is it like the greatest horror film I've seen? No. Is the premise all that original? Maybe not. But I do love Elijah Dushku and these hillbilly, deformed, mutilated, inbred freaks. I thought they were creepy. The sequel bait ending, I'm like, I could probably do without that. Wrong Turn, in my opinion, is a pretty decent horror film. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of Wrong Turn. Stay tuned for my reviews of the Wrong Turn sequels. Yes, I'll be doing all of those as well. Like and subscribe. Later!